Hey guys, what is up? So a lot of you have asked what I do for cooling for my cards. For the 3080 and 3090s, the thermal pads that come on them are absolute junk. I haven't changed out any 3080 Ti's yet, but they might end up being the same way, I'm not sure. So here's what I got. I have all these Thermalright Extreme Odyssey ones. I got these off of Amazon. I've got every size except for 1.5 apparently. I guess I ran out of those. I probably used a lot of those, don't have them anymore. So I have all of these sizes, and when I take the card, I looked at some tutorials online for this, but I find they're wrong half the time, or I don't know if the manufacturers use different pads for the same cards or what the deal is. What I end up doing is I just open the cards up myself and then just compare all these to them. Like I'll just take these sheets out and then just like replace them with the same sized ones. It seems to work a lot better that way. It's time consuming and it's frustrating and it's annoying and it's expensive, but I guess it's something that has to be done. And then as far as fan cooling goes, I will show you what I am using in the mining room for that and what I'm using in my garage. And another option for the future could be a grow tent, which would be kind of neat to try out, where I can vent the air out of there where I want it. So another thing that what I have here for on the intake, because I bought this, it's just a reusable dust filter that I can wash. I bought a couple of these. So this is going to go on the window where it pulls in just to stop some dust. Every couple of weeks I can wash that out. And then this box fan. So this is the setup to pull air into the window. So I'm going to have this, I'll show you what it looks like after, but I'm going to have this on the window, pulling through it, and this is going to be pulling the cold air into my room for the winter, because this isn't as powerful as what I have exhausting right now. I don't want to turn that one around and be sucking in 6,000 CFM of negative whatever air into the house. That would be insane. I think that's too much. So this is a Lasco fan. As far as box fans go, this one's a lot nicer than some other ones that I had. This has a metal housing on the outside. You can see it's got the speed controller on the top of it. Some of them have it indented in here. The ones that have it in here have a plastic frame, and they're way weaker than this. This one's probably twice as powerful. I got this from Canadian Tire. For those of you that don't live in Canada, I imagine that everywhere probably has these things or something similar. So this is just a 20-inch. Of course, there's no actual air rating on this thing or anything. I have no idea how much air this thing moves. There's an amp rating on there somewhere. It's not much. This isn't a very powerful fan, but it's better than the other ones. So I am going to flip around my fan and I'll kind of just show you what I have set up right now as far as cooling goes. This is the primary mining room here. Here's what I run. I put these big drum fans and I point them right at the rigs. Everything is off right now because I'm going to be flipping around this fan here. So I've got one of these big fans. This thing does like 6,300 CFM. Right now it is pushing air out of this room, and then I have an open window on the other side of where I am with filters on it that draws fresh air in. So that is on a shaded side of the house, so it pulls in cool air that isn't in the sun. So what I'm going to do here, actually you can just see here how I did this. I bought this metal strapping here, just put it on there, screw it into this wood, and then this wood here, these are just some old slider windows that I have. This just slides right in there, so it kind of replaces the window. And that's what I'm doing there for that exhaust fan. Keep these rigs nice and cool. So now that it is the cold months, I'm going to be drawing in cold air from outside and then blowing all of this air the hot air into the house to keep it hot. So this is where the box fan is going to go in that window. Let's flip all this stuff around and see how it goes. All done. This one is going to draw air into the room. Got the box fan set up on this side now. This one isn't positioned yet. I got all this racking, all the rigs moved around. I dusted them all out, cleaned them all out. Added a rig to it. This one here used to be somewhere else. I just put it there. It's just firing up right now. You can hear the fans just starting on it. Ready to go. These ones are going to stay off for a little bit here because it is laundry day. But all of these will be blowing air into the house now, hot air into the house. We'll get some cold air here. Cold winter air all winter. And then this will be pushing all the hot air off these computers into the house, and then hopefully I don't even need to run my furnace this whole winter. So here we are in the garage. This is what I have in the roof. This box fan pulls air up into the roof, and then it goes out the soffits outside the garage and sucks in cooled air into the garage. Helps keep it pretty close to ambient temperature outside in here. If I don't have that fan on, it gets real hot in here. Over here is my closet. I have 2 exhaust fans at the top with 8-inch booster fans. There's their inline booster fans. Blows out some nice hot air, keeps the garage nice and warm in the winter. Down here is PDU, and then I have a big furnace filter, which I cut a hole in the garage here in the wall, as you can see, to suck in air. And that filter keeps most of the dust out of there, keeps it nice and clean. I change that filter every 3 months or so. And that is what I have out here in the garage. This is my kind of makeshift grow tent situation.